I'm Katie, and throughout this documentary you'll see my story on how I believe dating has changed over the years. I've lined up a few people to tell us how they've experienced dating so we can investigate whether it has dramatically changed with the development of new technologies. For example, young people using dating apps like Tinder and online dating websites. Our first interview is with Mary and Len, who have been married over 50 years. Let's take a look into how they experienced dating from when they was younger.
Neat.
I was pouring a bucket of blood down a drain because I was working for the butcher, and my cousin fetched Mary up and said, "Hey Len, this is Mary." I said hello, and that was it.
It didn't happen like that at all. I worked in a shop close by because I lived close by, and Len worked for his uncle, and he was emptying a bucket of blood down the drain, and I went over to the shop to get something, said hello, and that was it. He said, ask the start. So I used to have a friend then, so we made a double date, Len, his cousin, my friend and me, and we had a double date on the Sunday. Do you remember it now?
Well, I just said that. I didn't go for a double date, no. That's right, that was it. Okay, that's it.
56 years.
Yeah, that's about it, love.
56 years. We got married in 1958.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, we did.
June 1958.
58, yeah.
I was 21 on June 8th, and we got married on June the 21st, a week later. Well, I was only allowed out once a week because my parents were quite strict. Twice a week. We used to go out on a Friday evening, and on the Sunday was like I went out for the more or less the afternoon, evening. But you used to come down every night, didn't you?
I did then, yeah, yeah.
When you could.
But when I started, I never dated because I was in the army all the time, so I never got a chance to meet anybody. And that's true.
So I mean, he might have gone off with somebody else if he had met somebody else before me.
Yeah, I was in Hong Kong and that round there, and I couldn't get to
You've just said
people.
yes to that.
What's that?
You've
Yes
just
to what?
said yes, you might have gone off with somebody else.
You've got to be joking. Flipping heck. No, that's all I did. All through my army life until I came out the army, and you know.
Well, we used to go out every Sunday, didn't we?
Yeah,
and you'd
yeah,
come
yeah.
down. We used to have a double date at first because the four of us, Pat, Gordon being your Len's cousin, and Pat being my friend, we used to go out together on a Sunday, and then we started seeing one another during the week as well. So Gordon and Pat just didn't stop seeing each other. But Len and I carried on seeing each other. So a perfect date was we used to go out of an afternoon, Sunday afternoon. We had no car. Everything was walking, bus, tram, train, whatever.
Yeah.
And Len used to bring me home, and then he would walk home.
Yeah.
How many miles?
I don't know, about 5 miles.
About 5 miles home. And then he was 27, just come out of the army, and he had no key to the front door. You used to have to get in through the window.
Wasn't allowed to have a key. My mum wouldn't give any of us a key, so there used to be the bathroom door at the back, and that used to be left open, and we used to creep through a window, down onto the sill, down to the toilet, and out.
But I had to be in at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So if we went to the pictures, and sometimes the picture ran a bit late, and we had to run home to get me home. And I was 18, 19, 20 then.
Yeah.
Oh God,
considerably.
Considerably.
You don't date today. You don't. You just.
Don't keep saying
you just go to bed today and that's it. You know, it's where in our day we couldn't do that. We get battered if we
No,
ever thought we went to
respected
bed.
one another. You know, respect was a lot of thing, and I, you know, in our house, golly, you know, I didn't know what the word pregnant meant. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I honestly didn't know what half the words meant. So
No.
it was funny, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, yeah. We should just go out, she'd take her home, and she stayed the night in our house, and I'd be in the room there, and your nan would be in the room here.
That
Small
was
room,
over
small
special.
bedroom.
That was special days, like over
Yeah.
Christmas or
She
something
things like that, you know. That's
But
it.
normally, I wasn't allowed
No.
to stay out overnight.
Oh.
3 years.
Yeah, it was,
3
yeah.
years. We started courting. I just turned 18.
And I'd just come out the army.
Lenny just come out of the army,
so
and from
dating
18
them?
to
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I asked the father if I could marry Anna, Mary, and he said not until she's 21.
I
So-
didn't know that.
Yeah, I did, yeah, I asked him.
Oh.
I
I
said,
know
"Do
you. I
hand?"
knew you asked him,
Yeah,
but
but
I
he said
didn't
no,
know.
not until she's 21. I thought you
I
always
think
knew
you've got
that.
a bad memory.
No,
you
no,
have.
no, I remember that, Mary. Because I'd have married you when you were 18. So, you know,
I'm not saying I would have married you. Didn't I have any say in the matter?
no, Mary, no.
Oh,
You were only
okay.
too glad to get out of the house, love.
You said that to me before. Don't say that to me. It upsets me.
Okay, then. I'll withdraw that question.
Well, I think it's too late, the advice, because I think it should be done in them before they start dating. Well, they say it, respecting one another and stuff like that. Just respect one another. That's the most important thing to me. And always talk. Always, if you have an argument, always talk it out.
Yeah,
Don't-
definitely.
Don't just go silence and give up at the first try.
No, don't go on the huff like I used to do. I walk out and go for a walk and come back and then try and talk it out afterwards. You know, that was me then. I mean, it's different now. You know, I'd sit down, won't I?
Yeah, you sit
And
down.
sit down
You
and
talk
talk.
more
And
now.
talk
and
now,
you come
now,
round
you know.
more. But it was as though he had to go through a door.
Yeah.
Because he'd just sort of walk out. He wouldn't talk things over. You'd be trying to get a point across. And
Yeah, that's
he
the
didn't
way.
have the patience. But we've been together 56 years, 58 years now, nearly. And so it's just learning each other's ways and learning to read each other.
That's true.
That's the way I look at
yeah,
it
it's
anyway.
true. Yeah, you've really got.
Such a lovely couple. It was nice to see how they experienced dating and to see how romantic and innocent it was. Now we've heard about their experience, it's time to move on to the next couple to see how they've experienced dating and to see if they have any similarities with Mary and Len.
Met on a Facebook post
Yeah,
that we had a mutual friend.
yeah. We had like a mutual friend, and it's kind of like went to like a chat thing, didn't it? And we just sort of went from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now it's a lot easier to get in touch with people. Obviously, like years ago, you'd have to get like phone calls or even meet in person. But now, it seems just like a quick text will do, or just like go on like Twitter, Facebook, anything like that.
I like just staying in rather than just going out. It's nice to have like a nice night in with a movie and
Yeah, pizza.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not really, no. I think
No,
it would have more of
yeah.
a positive one because it allows you to get in touch more easily. And yeah,
Especially with us, because we didn't really meet for a couple of weeks, like before.
yeah.
Like before, like we knew. Obviously, we were talking. Like we knew each other. Like we knew who we were.
But we wouldn't have started talking
Yeah.
if it wasn't for Facebook.
Parents dated.
I think it's a lot more relaxed than what it was, because obviously now we can do what we want, really. Like we've not really had any restrictions, have we?
No.
Like obviously, like before you had to like take up the phone, like even ask your parents if you can like go out on a date or something like that.
it is easier to talk to somebody online because you can sort of, in a way, remain anonymous even if it's got your name and everything on. It's harder to go out and just walk up to somebody that you don't know and start talking, because then if you get rejected, it's harder than if you sat behind a computer screen.
Because it makes it less personal in a way, isn't it? Like, obviously when you put yourself out there, you get like open to being hurt. But if it's just like a blank screen, you can just like brush it off a lot easier.
Wow, we can definitely see the difference in how dating has changed by looking at Len and Mary's story in comparison to Ben and Iona's. Our next story is based on a young single student, Lewis, from Manchester. Let's see how he's currently experiencing dating.
Yeah, I'll say it's having a negative effect now because everyone's personal details are online now, and it kind of cuts out the getting to know the other person phase of the dating, and it's just disappeared now really. It's more just you meet the person, you already know quite a bit about them. Yeah, I'd say it's a lot easier now to meet new people because before, well, now you can meet people from all over the world really, different locations and stuff, whereas before it was just more you set to one geographical location. I've had a little bit of success. I've been talking to some girls but never really been on a date with them. I'd say it's worse now, to be honest, because before it was more about the romance and maybe meeting someone for life, whereas these days it's more about just hooking up and having the one night stand. But you can also say, like, because of social media now, it's easy to communicate with other people, so you constantly communicate with the person you're talking to and interested in. You've also got a lot more freedom now because of that. You don't have to respond to any curfews or anything.
Lewis's story is quite unique, looking at how he now uses modern technology to meet people and communicate using social networking sites, and then reflecting back to when Mary and Len were a young couple and used to send letters to each other, shows just how much dating has changed. I'm not sure whether the evolution of dating is a good or a bad thing, but it seems to be unstoppable as technology is improving, making it easier to communicate. After travelling back 50 years to when Mary and Len were dating, it will be interesting to see how much dating has changed 50 years from now.